All right, so I'm sure uh, anybody who is watching my videos has been wondering where I've been, and well, to tell the truth, I worked on my game for like a little bit, probably like a month or two after after the last upload that I made, but I ran into some issues with Unity, um, mostly in the animation department. Getting animations to work in Unity is just a lot more of a hassle. It's a lot more difficult, and I just couldn't get it to be good enough. And so I decided to take a break and come back to it later, and I just never did, if I'm being honest. But I decided I was gonna try and work in Unreal, and I gotta say it's a lot easier. I'm pretty much right back to where I was last time in Unity, and I've only been working on this for about a day and a half. In fact, I'm farther along than I was in Unity to some extents because I actually have a fully modeled character right here that is rigged, and I have animations. I have a whole animation graph here. And if we hop into the game, we can see that it works and the gun follows you. The gun sounds a little broken, so I'm definitely going to try and fix that. I think instead I'm going to have it play on the AK instead of when the bullet gets spawned. And yeah, so at the moment, the gun shoots fast. Also, the bullet is really loud because it's just an explosion. I'm definitely gonna change the gun sound at some point. But this is what it looks like so far. Obviously, this is just a little test map for me to run around in. I will say, I think I actually prefer the movement I've made in this than... I prefer the movement and the shooting in this in comparison to my Unity version. Oh shit. Well, that's gone. Uh, but one thing I want to say is there will be no crosshair. I was contemplating with having a crosshair, and with the way I have the shooting set up right now, adding a crosshair just wouldn't work. I'd have to reposition the animations. Because if you notice... Okay, I need to stop shooting. Or I need to lower the volume of the bullet when it gets shot. So projectile base, gunshot sound. Can I just like... Yeah, let's just clear that for now. Compile, save. Okay. So if you notice, the bullet doesn't go directly in the middle of where you're aiming. Unless, of course, you're walking. If you're walking, then it still actually doesn't really go towards the middle. It depends on how close you are to a thing. If you're really close, as you can see, it doesn't go towards the middle of your screen. But honestly, it's really not that hard to line up the shots. See? So I honestly don't think the crosshair is necessarily needed. And in fact, I think it creates a bit of a skill gap. And I kind of like the idea of having that little skill gap of people who are just playing and they don't fucking know what they're doing when it comes to shooting the gun. So they're just kind of running around going, ba 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 ba, I can't hit my bullets. And then the people who are just over here like, kaka, wa ba ba ba. And just running around like a fucking madman hitting every shot. I think that's going to be really interesting. And also at the moment, I have to click for every bullet because I forgot to change something in my code. Because I wanted to test out to make sure that my code worked, and I got it working. So at the moment, there's only, whoops, two gun firing types. I call it gun type right here. It's set to an integer at the moment because I plan on having three. obviously burst, automatic, and single fire. At the moment, I only have automatic and single fire set up. And I have this gun base thing, which at the moment is using the AK. So at the moment, this is set to the AK, but this is going to be the base. So I'm going to copy all of this. I'm going to copy gun base and call it gun base like AK, I guess. And then I'm going to add the AK. I'm going to get rid of this. So it can just be the gun base. And at the moment, this has everything from ammo, fire rate, and gun type. So yeah. I need to change this to 0. 0 is automatic. 1 is single fire at the moment. And I think I'll keep it that way. And then 2 will be your burst fire. But now, as you can see, it shoots automatic. I will say tracking is like a little bit harder. Then again, I'm never very good at tracking. And because I use physical bullets, depending on how far away you are, you actually have to lead your shots. Let's see. Ay, I hit it. Let's fucking go. Okay, well, that was terrible movement on my part. 1 second. I'm gonna hit this while moving. Watch me. Okay, well, I meant to jump, for fuck's sakes. Also, the jumping is really smooth, like, for aiming your gun. See? Unlike Modern Warfare 2, where if you jump, you cannot steady your aim whatsoever. Although, one thing I will say is that the animations get a little bit glitchy at points, as you can see. If you turn left and right, it's a little bit messy there, so I'm gonna try and figure out how to clean up the animation transitions. I already have it set to a 1 second blend, but I guess it just doesn't work for moving left and right. It doesn't blend like at all. So that's going to be something that I have to work on. But yeah, see, it's really not that hard. Maybe it's just that I've made the game and I'm the one playing it, but it just does not feel that hard to aim it correctly, you know? You just kind of got to look at where your barrel's pointed. And for the most part, it just kind of works. Okay, well, I hit the ground right there, so that changed where I was aiming. But if you don't hit the ground, I can hit my shot like that. But yeah, so that's where I'm at so far. We got some pretty solid animations going at the moment. I also have set up the basics for the Steam multiplayer stuff. So now I just need to make it so that there's like a server browser and a way to create a server and whatnot. And I have a plan. I'm going to have a mix of, you can choose between either searching through servers to play on, or automatic matchmaking, where you just select the game modes you want to play, press go, and then it will automatically find a match for you. And then I'm also gonna look into not disbanding lobbies. I'm gonna see if I can figure out how to do that, because one thing I've seen a lot of people talk about with a lot of modern first-person shooters is that there's a lack of community nowadays. Because like when Modern Warfare 2, the original, was out, lobbies didn't get disbanded, so you'd be able to play with the same, 18 people. 18 people. I think that's a bit too much. I don't remember the exact size of the lobbies. No, I think it was 18. Yeah. I think Ground War was like, what, 20 players? Something like that. Yeah, Ground War was like 10v10. Oh yeah, this is the only animation I don't like. So one thing I'm gonna do is I'm probably going to add, like they did in Modern Warfare 2, I'm going to add like a jump cooldown sort of thing. And I'm talking about the OG Modern Warfare 2, where when you would hit the ground, it would slow you down and whatnot, and wouldn't allow you to jump, or if you did jump, it wouldn't be as powerful of a jump. Because, I mean, this is just dumb. This is not what I'm going for in my first person shooter, and this is where the steady aim when you jump can definitely be a detriment to the game, because it's like boom, boom. How is anybody gonna fucking beat me when I'm like this? Of course, there is like a perfect timing thing to it. Oh, never mind. I can hold down space. I didn't think about that. But yeah, there's definitely an issue with this type of gameplay. It's so fucking stupid. I can only imagine if I kept this in that it would be similar to snaking in Modern Warfare 22, where it's just a really obnoxious thing to play against. But at the same time, I feel like this would be really funny. Maybe you'll have like a game mode called Bunny Hop, where this is a thing. This is a thing. You can just jump around like this. Bop, 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 bop. Kya, kya, kya. Also, I don't have the ammo set up yet, and the white square above the health is supposed to be a gun image. But because I only have the AK at the moment, I guess I could set that up if I felt like it. Because I don't need the second gun in order to have the gun image work. But yeah, this is a bit of a new progress update. I've restarted. I'm making it in Unreal Engine 5. And if I'm being honest, Unreal Engine 5 has made making this game, I would say, 10, 15 times easier. Unreal Engine is just superior. Pretty much around 2014 is when Unity stopped giving a shit about being an actual competitor. And I won't be surprised if Unity dies out in like 5, 10 years as a coding engine or a game creation engine. Because the people who work on the Unity engine, they just don't seem to give a shit anymore. There's no new features, and anytime, like every time there's been a update, like a new version of the engine comes out, it's always like they changed absolutely fucking nothing. They didn't add anything really interesting and whatnot. And the marketplace is so oversaturated with user generated content, which on one hand is good because there's a lot of free assets. So if you're like a first time game developer, Unity can seem like the better option because there's more free assets and it looks less daunting because there's less features. But Unreal Engine is honestly fantastic because it might seem daunting at first, but when you get into it, a lot of the added features they simplify them so much that it doesn't feel daunting once you get into it. And it feels really nice to play or to use. And Unity is just so behind in the times, if I'm being honest. And because of the oversaturation of the Unity marketplace, um, Unreal Engine just has more quality. While the quantity of assets is far less, the quality of assets is far higher than Unity. And that's another thing I can give to Unreal Engine. And there's a lot of free assets too that are like better quality than some of the best free assets on even some of the paid assets on Unity's marketplace don't compare to some of the free assets in the Unreal marketplace. It is legitimately insane how good some of the assets are. For instance, one of the free ones, which I'm going to be using later for making characters, is Metahuman. This basically is a massive library of realistic looking 3D models. Like, they are highly detailed 3D models. I haven't fucked around with it yet, but I can definitely. Actually, I'd have to. Let's see if I can find Unreal Engine Metahuman. Alright, let me turn on display capture and turn this off. Yeah, it is legitimately insane. Look at this. You get to create your own realistic looking people. It's insane. These are all, generated. I will say the faces can be pretty uncanny at times, like that one there is extremely uncanny if I'm being honest. But I'm going to use it probably. Uh, and then there's another free asset or plugin that I recently added as well. I have a lot of plugins that were free that I added into here. Like, one second. Oh, I'm tired. Oh yeah, so there's this one, and then there's Interactive World, where it adds interactive snow, mud, water, and foliage, wind, fog area in large worlds. Like, that's insane. A sense system, which I don't exactly know how to use it just yet, but I'm assuming that it will make it really easy to make a UAV system. I'm so tired. The read write plugin I added for making an easy save and load system. And then I installed this one, which is a dialogue system. Although the one that I'm most impressed with is in-world AI. This one is absolutely insane. So, yeah. Oh, Faceware. This is the one that I was thinking of. Uh, so this works with the metahuman thing. And basically, I'm able to use my cheap webcam to record my face. And so I basically can do face tracking. I can do mocap. I can do face mocap without needing to spend. Damn it. Without needing to spend hundreds of dollars on an actual rig. And then I can export the facial animation, bring it into here, and I can put it on to the metahuman face. So I can have realistic looking animations, and during dialogue scenes it will actually look like um I'm talking. God, I'm really tired for some reason. But during dialogue scenes it will actually look like the NPC is like talking. It won't look like it won't look like how a lot of indie games look, where either the mouths don't move or the mouth does not line up with what's being said, so it becomes really weird and uncanny. And yeah, I'm really hyped. to continue working on this game now, and I hope it turns out good. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.